So hello, we are now back at home. As you can see, I'm sat at my very untidy and clustered desk. Call it an office if you like. Yes, it does look like I've got a pair of ears again. They're me baseball caps that I collect, and yeah, they're sticking out the top of my head, which is not good, is it? Right, so let's get these images. What I've got is a set of images up now in front of you. These are the images I took this morning on the camera, which would have been last week for you. We've got 3 images at the beginning, which was the wider setting. We got 3 images in the middle, which was the closest setting, about 50mm. The first ones were 18mm, and then we got 3 at 35mm. So we took 9 images all told. Now I've had a quick look at these already, and the results aren't totally conclusive, if that's clever speaking for me. Right, so first of all I'm going to jump into, these are the raw files. There's no editing done on these at all, these are just raw. So I'm going to jump into this one first of all, just to show you this image. This is the tree. It's lined up on the rule of thirds, as you know. I like to do things like that. And it was shot at, let's bring up my information, it was shot at 17.7mm, which is as close as I could get to 18mm as a guess. And this was on the 16 to 80, as you can see up in the top left hand side. It's an f4 lens right through. We shot it at f5.6. We had the shutter speed set to 250th of a second, and we had ISO 160, which is my base ISO for this camera, for the XT4. And you can see my file name says XT4 at the beginning, which is what I've got it set to. So let's zoom in to, or let's believe that for that first image. That is the first image shot on the 16 to 80. Then we go over to the next image, which is the 18 to 55. You can see you've got 1855 now up in this left, and it's got 18mm. Again, all the settings are exactly the same. And we go over to the next one, which is the 16 to 55 lens at 17.6. It wasn't a bad guess, but pretty close to 18mm. And again, all the settings are the same, 5.6, 160 and 250th of a second. So we can flick between those 3. That's 3, 2 and 1. They're all pretty much the same. They look pretty good. They all look sharp enough from a distance. So let's punch in on 100% and have a closer look at them. Right, so 100% on the tree. We focused on the tree when we started, and as you can see there, the tree is relatively sharp. We've got a little bit of fuzziness on these branches on the right hand side. Now, like I said, this isn't conclusive. There's no perfect technically awesome setup or anything. The tree could have moved in a little bit of wind, but there wasn't really any wind at the time, so it shouldn't have done. It shouldn't have been moving around. But so it's showing that the branches are falling off of focus a little bit on the right hand side there. The tree, rest of the tree looks, you know, relatively good. Let's flick over to the next one. We're going to have to move it up, aren't we? There we go. Right, so on the next one, this is the 18 to 55. This is the kit lens. Those branches now are a little bit sharper. The rest of the tree looks fine. Even you can see a little bit more of the branch on the side there, on the trunk. But these branches there on the right hand side do look a little bit sharper. And then we'll flick over to the next lens, and we'll just move that back up. Now this one, this is the expensive lens. This is the f2, the 16 to 55. Now this is a red label lens, and as you can see, there is a difference straight away. We've got very, very sharp leaves, branches over on the left hand side, and on the right hand side, those ones that weren't sharp before, let's just flick back 2 images. You can see there, those ones there weren't sharp, and on this they are sharp. So it seems to make a lot of difference on the sharpness on that first image, bearing in mind it's out at 18mm. Let's flick back to standard, and I'm going to bring up the 2 images together side by side. So we've got 18 to 55 on the right hand side, and we've got the 16 to 55 on the left hand side. So we'll zoom in if we can. Let's just zoom in a little bit. So we've got roughly the same image both sides, and you can see they're very, very similar. From a kit lens to the expensive lens, they're very, very similar in their look. Let's flick over to the other one. This is now the 16 to 80 on the right hand side, and you can see there's a definite difference and a fall off of sharpness on these branches and these twigs. Even the detail coming down this trunk, if you look carefully, the detail on the trunk that side is much, much better. Now, like I did say when I was out in the field, that there was the light was changing slightly, but it looked pretty much the same sort of light on both of them. So there is a definite difference of sharpness between the expensive lens and the fuller range lens. Right, let's go back out. Let's zoom back out and flick over to the next ones. This is the split view. Let's go back to a single view. This is the single view of the 16 to 80 lens. This is the 50mm, their equivalent, so I've got 48.5, which isn't bad. We've got 60th of a second, f8 this time, which should be a sharper setting, ISO 160. And again, you can see there it's a 16 to 80 and it's the 48mm, which is as close to 50 as I could guess at the time. Let's zoom in on the center of the branch again. So we've got a lot more detail now because obviously we were zoomed in. So we've got a lot more detail on these branches, and you can even see some of the green algae on the top. But it is falling off slightly on the right hand side of those branches. But it's not a bad image, to be honest. Right, let's go over to the next one. This one's now 48.4mm and 18 to 55. This is the kit lens, and the kit lens, like you see, shouldn't be that sharp. So we're going to go into 100%, and when you look at that, you can see the difference. It is absolutely phenomenally sharp. And we go over to the branches on the left hand side or the right hand side, and you can see there they really are quite sharp. So they really are quite, it's really such a nice lens for a kit lens. And of course, let's go to the next one. This should be a lot better because this is the more expensive lens, bigger glass, heavier, and again you've got this, the detail down the trunk is phenomenal. And we're going to drag it over, and you can see the branches on the right hand side are very, very, very sharp. They're just falling off slightly, which is going to be the depth of field at that sort of zoom range as well. But yeah, very, very good. Very, very pleased with that. Or not very pleased with that, because that's the one I don't carry all the time. So let's go back out and look at the next set of images. Now this has got the whole tree in it, and this time I focused on the trunk. Now this is where I did look earlier on, and things don't look quite the same. So we're back on the first lens, 35.8mm. We're now 250 of a second, f4. So we've opened up the lens a little bit more now. And this is the 16 to 80, which is the one I tend to carry most of the time. Now, when I look down this trunk, it looks pretty good. It looks pretty sharp. But when I go to the next one, which is this one, it seems to fall off. Now, I'm not sure whether the tripod moved or something. This is the 18 to 55. Now, you can see here that there's definitely not the same sharpness at f4. Definitely not the same sort of sharpness. And let's just go back to the other one. That you can see the 16 to 80, very, very sharp down that trunk. And let's go back over to the 1855, and now you can see it's falling off. But when we go over to the 16 to 55, you can see the same thing, that it's falling off slightly at f4, which is a bit strange because that has been really, really sharp in all the other lenses, in all the other images. But up the top here, it does look pretty sharp. It looks pretty good all the way up. It's just falling off slightly on that trunk. For some reason. Now it could have been a bit of shake, a bit of vibration, but I'm not sure. So that's the three on the trunk. Very, very sharp from the long range lens, the 16 to 80. Not very good for the kit lens, so I may have not quite focused it properly. And then the 16 to 55. So yeah, that's not a bad little test. It shows that obviously the bigger lens is definitely the better lens to have. More expensive, heavier piece of glass to use, and then going down to the cheaper kit lens, which is absolutely fantastic. Small, cheap and lightweight, and a nice mid-range range. Right, so let's do a little bit of editing. Let's go to the three in the middle. Let's take these three images, and we're going to go into develop, which is D. And we're going to do that basic editing that I talked about. So we've got basic editing. We've got two ways of doing it. We can go into this one, which is basically my one of my presets, which is Landscape 1. I lost all my presets when I changed my computer the other week. For some reason I lost a lot, so I had to start again. So I'll put this back in, and basically what that does is improve the highlights. If I click on it, it improves the highlights. So it's bringing my highlights down a little bit. It's all white sky anyway, isn't it, to be honest? And it's up in my shadows, so it's bringing all the detail into those. So that's the first one, and this is my Fuji greens one, and I quite like this setup. This is for when I get me greens and me punchy greens on the images, but for this test I'm going to leave it on standard Landscape 1, and I'm going to do all three highlighted. I'm going to go down to sync settings, white balance, blah, I don't want any crop, don't want any grading or anything like that, so color grading I can turn that off. Right, all the basic settings are now going to move over. So all these settings you can see down the side there on the right hand side are all set into the camera. So we're going to zoom in again on the trunk and have another little look at this. This is zoomed in at 100%, and this is starting off with the 16 to 80, and it looks reasonably sharp. It's not the best, it's definitely not the best, but it's reasonably sharp. I'd be happy with that as an image, but it's definitely not 100% sharp. Let's go to the next one, let it drop in. So this is the kit lens, and we've already seen this. It looks sharper. It definitely looks sharper on the trunk. Let's move it down. All the branches look reasonably sharp. And let's move it down to the trunk. Now it's starting to look a bit better, but there's definitely fall off, and you can see it's not quite perfect down there. So again, I'm not 100% with this test. I'm just interested to see on my own personal references of what's what. Let that drop in, come back in. And now this one definitely looks sharper at the top, and so it should be. Twice the weight, twice the price, and twice the lens. But again, it's still not quite as bright, or not quite as sharp down here in this bottom texture. But again, it's a very good lens, and it's reasonably sharp. The other way to test it is to go up in these top corners. So the top corner in there, F8 we're on, is all pretty good. Let's go to the next one. Let's go back up to the top corner. Let's go back out and get into the top corner. So up in that top corner, see now it's dropping off slightly on the kit lens. It's just going out up in that top side. And let's go to the other lens, go out, go back in. And again, it's pretty good for the 16 to 80. So in all fairness, I'd be happy to use any one of them lenses. They all look pretty reasonable to me. We will just do one. Let's just go back into these three, and I'm going to do the same again. Put onto my highlights, sync them all. Yes, sync. So all three images are synced, and then we're going to go in and have a look. Zoom in, and we're going to have a look and see what the detail's like when it loads in. There it goes. So we're starting off with the 1655 this time. Very, very sharp, very, very nice. Next one is the 18 to 55. Let it drop in. It's coming. There we go. Reasonably sharp, very good. I think you'd be happy with that at that sort of price of lens. And then we'll go out to the next one. When it drops in, load in, there she goes. Now this one does look a little bit off. I wouldn't be happy with that as a photo, because it's definitely gone off on the top there, and it's definitely not sharp down the bottom there. So 18mm is probably not the best. But that's the set of images. So let's go back to grid. That's my set of images. I hope that's just giving you a bit of an insight of what these are like. It wasn't a clinical test. It was a very simple test. I had my small lightweight tripod, and my light keeps coming on and going off behind me. It wasn't a clinical test. Like I said, a little lightweight tripod, and I was messing around with the three lenses. So yeah, we'll see how we get on. We're going to do another test. I'm going to do the same thing again with a bigger tripod once I can take it out and set up a decent area, a decent location with lots of detail in it, so we can find different parts of the image. But for a basic test, I hope that's sort of shown you a little bit between the three lenses. And yeah, that's all I'm going to do. Thanks for watching. If you didn't watch the last one, watch the last one. It shows you where I took the images and how I took them. And yeah, this isn't my standard sort of ViewTubing. This isn't my standard sort of YouTubing. I like to get out in the landscape, but at the moment we're stuck at home. It's all locked down, as you know, so I can't get out. So I just thought I'd have a little look and try out some of my lenses. Thanks for watching. Till next time. Ciao for now. Don't forget, like and subscribe. You won't miss anything then. Cheers. Bye.